Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Foy, and I'm an international business developer with Lux Innovation, with focus primarily on the digital economy. In the next few moments, I'd like to take you through Luxembourg's data-driven innovation strategy and point out some of the key sectors that we are working on today. A high-level visualization of the digital innovation strategy can be broken down into these three distinct pillars. The first is boosting and assuring the digital infrastructure capacity. Over the last years, there's been massive investment to ensure that world-class infrastructure is available from which companies can execute their services. Today, Luxembourg boasts 40% of the European capacity on Tier 4 data centers, Tier 4 being the highest guarantee of security, reliability, and all fed by green energy. High capacity and low latency connectivity enables businesses to perform internationally, even from home, with a national project of fiber to the home near completion. The second pillar is ensuring a strong regulatory IP and financing environment. Often we see regulation slowing down innovation. In Luxembourg, we are very happy to have ministers who understand not only the business, but also the technologies, and so use regulation as a stimulus to innovation. Examples are the data reversal framework, digital data embassies, or the upcoming framework on data exchange. The third pillar addresses the adoption of digital research and technologies, which is also one of the core missions of Lux Innovation. How to support companies in their quest for innovation or digitalization. The provision of structures and access to talent to facilitate the thought process and execution. We can see from this slide the 6 priority sectors that we're looking at today. If we take, for example, logistics, we're not just talking about trucks, trains, aircraft. We're also looking at digital supply chains and telemetry, tracking and tracing, which are all digital concepts and digital components of logistics. When we look at Industry 4.0, we have a flagship project today with Goodyear, for example, with an Industry 4.0 factory of the future, and several other companies going through their digitalization and digital transformation journeys. In clean tech, we have many projects going on today, including circular cities and smart mobility projects, which are directly linked to the smart cities concepts. Space is a growing sector. Financial services, I'm sure you're all aware of from Luxembourg, and health tech really is a growing sector with the current state of the planet. I spoke briefly about the outstanding digital infrastructure that we have. One point to make here is that on the first Monday of June of this year, we launched the Meluxina high performance computer in Luxembourg. Now, at the moment, this is a 10 petaflop computer and will be used for academia, obviously, but will also give access to startups and small and medium businesses to high performance compute, which normally they wouldn't have access to due to the complexity and also the cost of such an infrastructure. One of the digital focuses of the government is ensuring that we have the underlying support that is there in order to achieve innovation and digital transformation. Something very important for us today is the Digital Innovation Hub, which was launched last year and is part of a European-wide network of innovation hubs, which help people today, primarily in Industry 4.0, to go through, once again, their transformation, but also to find resources and technologies that might not be available in Luxembourg, but will be available throughout the rest of the innovation network. When we talk about data-driven, obviously cybersecurity is very important, and we'll come on to that in a second with an explanation of the National Cybersecurity Competence Center. Big data for us is a very important subject as well. With the launch of the high performance computer, we obviously need to be building data lakes in order to feed that to make simulations and other research possible. Last year, or the year before, sorry, we launched the Artificial Intelligence Research Laboratory, which is a joint venture between NVIDIA and the University of Luxembourg. When we look at the research and collaboration possibilities in Luxembourg, you can see several entities here, such as the SNT, which is the Interdisciplinary Center for Security and Trust from the University of Luxembourg. They focus mainly on IT services, autonomous vehicles, and also space. List, very much active in materials, environment, but also in smart cities with projects of digital twin of the entire country. When we look at the bottom here, we can see the Luxembourg Digital Innovation Hub that I mentioned, Security Made in LU, which is the National Cybersecurity Competence Center, LuxProvide, who are the management company for the high performance computer, GovTech Lab, which is for promotion of an e-government services, and ESRIC, which is the European Space Resource Innovation Center. I'd invite you all to look at the websites and find out more information from those. Or alternatively, look at researchluxembourg.lu, which is the main umbrella which groups them together. Incidentally, this picture here is the City of Science, where you can find most of those entities. Very quickly on the Luxembourg startup ecosystem, you can see the incubators, accelerators, and innovation hubs, each one having its own flavor, an own type of startup that they can help and run programs for. And on this slide, to finish up, I would just like to show you, I realize that it's quite impossible to read all of the logos that are on here, but this is really to explain the diversity of startups that we are supporting currently. And this immediately will go back to link with the priority sectors that we're dealing with today. Thank you very much for your attention today.